Hello, everybody. Williams Wrestling Rewind here. This is episode 1 of Williams Wrestling Podcast. So, on the podcast, we're going to try to keep it simple as we can. We're going to give recaps of Raw, SmackDown, and AEW. And if there was any other PLEs that happened previously, we're going to give results about them and everything on here. But since Backlash is this Saturday, we're going to give previews for all the pay-per-views and up-and-coming news and any breaking news and etc. etc. First thing I'm going to start off with tonight is we found out yesterday that Ted Turner passed away at age of 87. He was born in 1938 and he passed away 2026. Ted Turner was former WCW owner. That's where one of his biggest accomplishments were. Deputy Hall of Famer, former President Eric Bischoff. He was good friends with Eric Bischoff. That's how the WCW started and all that stuff, because Ted Turner wanted a wrestling company. So that's where the money came from for WCW. And he owned many TV channels: CNN, TCM, TNT, TBS, and the Turner name still owns TBS, TNT, and TCM. It was a shame. They paid tribute to him on AEW last night and everything. Tony Schiavone gave a little speech. Sting came out, talked a little bit. It was very nice. Not too much going into details about anything else with Ted Turner. I just remember him from his popularity just with the WCW and everything. So staying with the AEW, I'm going to give a small recap of everything that happened last night on AEW. To kick things off, they did a tribute for Ted Turner with Tony Schiavone and Sting. They just gave a little speech about how they started and everything with WCW and everything. And Sting paid tribute to Ted Turner and everything. It was very good. And then to kick things off, first match of the night, they had AEW Continental Championship, Jon Moxley against Juice Robinson. Jon Moxley defeated Juice Robinson in a pretty solid match, not too outstanding and everything. And then after that, they had a small backstage segment with the Death Riders and everything, continuing their Will Ospreay training and kind of getting the Will Ospreay back to how he was, and Jon Moxley's forming Will Ospreay in a different path and everything. Then it was a double Jeopardy match. AEW Trios Champion Orange Cassidy defeated AEW Tag Team Champions Dax Hardwood. Not too special. It was a match. Then you got Roosh. Roosh, yeah, he wrestled later on. I think that was Collision. It was a Dynamite and Collision was 3 hours combined, because they're not going to run Collision on Saturday because of Backlash. And then Mina and Harley Cameron, they were backstage, just giving they were getting interviewed by Renee, and it was just not pretty too much. And then AEW International Champion Rainmaker Okada, he of the Don Callis family, he defeated Brian Keith. Quick and easy, hit the Rainmaker, a couple other moves, 1, 2, 3, Okada wins. Then Okada challenged Darby Allin for the AEW Championship next week on Dynamite. And then the Jack Kevin Knight, he was getting interviewed in the back to his main event match against Darby Allin. And then we had the tag team match. Sheeta and Statlander defeated Mina and Harley Cameron. Your basic women's tag team match on AEW. And then we had a segment with Swerve backstage cutting a promo. His next competitor who he wants to go after is Bandito. So that's going to be a very interesting match. I'm looking forward to seeing that. They'll probably do that at Double or Nothing. That'll be coming up Memorial Day weekend on Sunday. And then we had AEW World Champion Darby Allin defeated TNT Champion Kevin Knight. They gave them 20 minutes to go out there and wrestle. That was a very good match, and there was no doubt that Darby Allin was in any jeopardy to lose the title. And then MJF came out. He was asking Darby Allin for a rematch. Darby Allin declined, and MJF's like, "Okay, fine. You don't want to give me a rematch. What do you want? You want my diamond ring? Do you want millions of dollars?" He said no. So at Double or Nothing, it will be Darby Allin defending the belt against MJF. And if Darby Allin wins, MJF is going to go bald. And the chances of that happening are less than zero. MJF will win at Double or Nothing. And then we had Collision. I did not watch Collision. I'll go over everything on Collision. Speedball Mike Bailey defeated AR Fox. Willow Nightingale defended the TBS champion. Who did she defeat? She defeated somebody on there. It doesn't say. And then Pac wants to challenge Darby. Everybody wants to challenge Darby. Jamie Hayter and the Brawling Birds defeated Sky Blue of the Triangle of Madness. Roosh defeated Made It Low from CMLL. And then Jungle Boy Jack Perry, he was talking backstage against Mark Davis. So they're probably going to continue their feud. And then the main event was the Young Bucks, Matt Nick Jackson, and the Bang Bang Gang, Austin Gunn, Colton Gunn, and Ace Austin defeated the Death Riders, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, and Daniel Garcia, and the Dogs, David Finlay, and Clark Connors. Sounded like a pretty good match. The right team won. And then we got AEW Double or Nothing coming up Memorial Day weekend, so going to be looking forward to that. Anytime AEW has a good pay-per-view, they always deliver on that. So going over to a couple of things before we get into start talking Backlash and Raw and SmackDown. They've had 6 seasons of Dark Side of the Ring. So if people ain't familiar with Dark Side of the Ring, Dark Side of the Ring is a documentary series on Vice. They've had a lot of great episodes through season 1 to 6. And last year they had one about Daphne. That one was very good, very sad. They had one on Muhammad Hassan before. That one was good, shocking at times. I enjoyed it. Then some of the previous other ones was about Dynamite Kid, Chris Benoit, Macho Man, and a lot of other Fall Brawl, The Plane Ride from Hell, and a couple other ones. Some are better than others. Other ones are kind of cringe to watch. Some other good ones on there was 2 parts of Owen Hart. That one was good, but sad. So Dark Side of the Ring, season 7 is going to return. And so these are some of the episodes that they're going to, I guess, discuss. Among the episodes, I think they might do one at TNA, but they're going to do one on Samoa Joe and Necro Butcher. They're also going to tell stories about Missy Hate. Don't know who that is. Zach Gowen. Zach Gowen was previously in WWE before. He had a couple of matches against Brock Lesnar and some other wrestlers on SmackDown. Big Boss Man. The Big Boss Man should be very interesting. I'm looking forward to that one. Paul Orndorff, another pretty much good one. Rick Wilson. That's going to be pretty interesting. And the Renegade. That's a generic version of Ultimate Warrior who was played in WCW. So it looks like they're going to be. Looks like they have a whole bunch of strong episodes this season. We'll see how good they are. See how dark some of them are or sad. So it's coming back in July, Tuesdays, 9 p.m. It's going to be. Looks like it's going to be interesting. We're going to SmackDown last week. SmackDown last week was nothing very special at all. If you missed it, you did not miss a darn thing on it. It's SmackDown's just getting worse and worse every Friday night. Can't wait till they go back to 2 hours. That's not soon enough. They're going back to SmackDown the first Friday in July. I've been hearing. And that's how it's going to be for the next several years. From January until June, it's going to be 3 hours. That's terrible news. And then from July until December, it's going back to 2 hours. Even though when SmackDown goes back to 2 hours, that's not going to help it one bit. It's still going to be a terrible show. They need something. They need a shot in the arm for something for the women's division, which they're getting with Fatal Influence. So that's going to help them. But it's a help. It's not a big solved problem. Ricky Saints is on there. He fought Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes won that. So a lot of people are not happy about that. That it's fine. It's nothing. It's not like he's buried or that's the end of Ricky Saints. Ricky Saints will be just fine. Sami Zayn came out. He beat up a mannequin gingerbread that left people scratching their heads. I had no words for that. I had no clue what the hell was that. That's pretty sad of a superstar beating up an inanimate object, and we're going to get a funeral for the gingerbread next week. I mean, this creative team needs to get their head examined and see if they have any brains upstairs. Honestly, it's like, is somebody going to read the gingerbread man's obituary tomorrow? Is it going to be a open casket, closed casket? Is people going to come out and pay the respects to this gingerbread man? And this is the state of SmackDown that we're in. It's not surprising, and people say all the time, how is this company the same? You look at Raw. I mean, Raw's not the best, but it's good. How is this company writing stuff for Raw, and then you go to SmackDown? It's like it doesn't even feel like the same company anymore. Like it's just complete garbage. And then, like, the main event on SmackDown, you had the Usos against Solo Sikoa and Talatanga. And then before that, you had Jacob Fatu. He got jumped in the back by Solo and Talatanga. And the match ended in no contest because Jacob Fatu just manhandled Solo and Talatanga. And it's how we going to SmackDown tomorrow with more MFTs. Joy, lovely, great, wonderful. SmackDown should be pretty interesting tomorrow. You got Cody Rhodes, Ricky Saints, Powerhouse Hobbs, Danhausen stuff. Danhausen's the best part on SmackDown. If it wasn't for him, SmackDown would be much, much worse that it's in. See what happens with Miz and Kit Wilson. You see what Danhausen has to say about that. People are saying, is he going to reveal his tag team partner on SmackDown? He could. I don't. I wouldn't. I'd wait till Backlash. Some people say it's Powerhouse Hobbs. It would be okay. Frankly, I don't want it to be Powerhouse Hobbs. I mean, he was feuding a little bit. He had a match against Kit Wilson and The Miz, I believe, but I don't want to see Powerhouse Hobbs as Danhausen's tag team partner. I'd rather see CM Punk, which that's a small rumor, or Mr. Iguana from AAA. That would be very cool. Have Danhausen and Mr. Iguana with Mr. Iguana's pet lizard, Yeska. That would be very entertaining. But since we're continuing about the Danhausen stuff, let's just go to Backlash. It's going to be 5 matches on Backlash, plus the John Cena appearance. We're just going to start with the John Cena appearance. What's John Cena going to say? He says it's supposed to be his big announcement will shock the foundation of WWE. As a longtime watcher and listener, I have very low expectations for this. There's nothing that's going to be groundbreaking or shocking or leaving the fans to be like, oh my God, that's we weren't expecting that. What I hope it is I hope he announces WrestleMania in the UK. That can be the only thing that's going to be groundbreaking and good. Anything besides that, is he going to announce WrestleMania 44 in Nashville, Tennessee? Okay, that'll be fine, I guess. It won't be groundbreaking. I just don't want him to come out and announce an attendance of however many people are the Tampa Bay area can hold. 20,000, 16,000, however much that venue can hold. I don't want him to announce attendance or the gate record or whatever. I don't want to hear none of that stuff. I don't want to hear him announce the WWE club or whatever that nonsense is going to be. I can guarantee that's exactly what he's going to announce, and fans are going to be completely upset about that and pissed off about that, which I don't blame them at all. It's the WWE club is just hilarious to me. Where however they're going to do it, they're going to give fans access for maybe exclusive merchandise, or you might get a 5-10% off certain merch or the WWE shop, and you're going to get 24-hour early ticket access. You might get a discount on tickets. Okay, if the WWE club is free, that'll be fine. But it's, hey, the WWE club will cost you maybe $15, $20, $25 a month, and you got to pay that, but you're getting a discount on tickets where you might be getting $20-$30 off. Is that really worth it? So you buy a ticket to a Raw or SmackDown or a pay-per-view, then you're spending that. You save $30 on that, but you're paying for the WWE club $20 a month. So basically, that's not worth it. The $30 you saved on buying a ticket, it goes right back to WWE club. So you're breaking even. You don't save nothing. I can't imagine what else it could be for groundbreaking, unless they completely shock the world with something else. Maybe new writers, somebody buy back the company. That would be nice. But I have no faith in this company of doing anything outside the box, because their brain capacity with all of them combined is like the squirrel outside my window. That squirrel outside my window has more brains than everybody combined in WWE and TKO. I have no faith in them at all to do that. So the matches, I'm going to go over the matches. I'm going to start from the top of the hour. We're going to get 2 matches on ESPN too. It's going to start at 6 p.m. You can watch it on the ESPN app. First hour, you can watch it free on ESPN2, or you can watch it internationally on Netflix. They're going to kick it off with Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker. I was kind of hoping they would start the pay-per-view with that match, and they are. Does Seth Rollins need to win? Does Braun Breaker need to win? Braun Breaker needs to win. He's been out for a little bit ever since after the Royal Rumble. He was dealing with a hernia. He got hernia surgery, so glad to see him back. But I'm going on a different route. I'm going to say Seth Rollins is going to go for the win, and this ain't going to be a one-match deal. I think this is going to be a couple matches. They're going to get several matches out of between these two, and Braun Breaker is going to get the next win either at Saturday night's main event or Clash in Italy. If they run it back in Clash of Italy, I definitely see Braun Breaker getting the win there. And then they could have the rubber match probably at SummerSlam. That's what I would do. They could draw it out. And then the next match they're going to have on ESPN2 is Trick Williams against Sami Zayn for the United States Championship. I've been hearing for the last couple of days they're going to do a double turn where they're going to turn Sami heel and Trick Williams is going to be a babyface. Some people say Trick Williams is going to retain or Sami Zayn is going to get the belt back. But if Sami Zayn wins the United States title back, he's going to do it in like a cheap or dirty way where he could low blow Trick, poke to the eye, foot on the ropes, kind of distract the referee, take the turnbuckle off, whatever. I think Trick Williams is going to retain. He needs to retain. He should retain and get just once Trick Williams beats Sami at Saturday, they could put that feud to bed. And the next one I want to see Trick Williams feud with is Carmelo Hayes because they were tag team partners in NXT and they had a nice feud for the NXT World Championship down NXT. So having them feud again, and now it'll be for the United States Championship. I would love to see that. And then we have Asuka against Kairi Sane. Not Kairi Sane. Asuka against Io. There's small talk of Kairi Sane might be there. She might come out to help Io. Do I think that? No, I don't think that. She is home in Japan. We will not see Kairi Sane. This is not at all what happened with R-Truth last year, where R-Truth got released, and then people are making big waves of we want truth, bring back Ron Killings. So they brought him back, and he is in the same boat that he was in before. That's not the case with Kairi. WWE and everybody hears it. We want Kairi. It is going absolutely nowhere. Kairi is done. If she comes back, that is terrible for her because she hasn't learned her lesson. That was her second time back. And is the same thing going to happen to her? No. She won't. If I was booking this, I'd have Asuka win with the help of Julia. You bring Julia over to Raw. You have her team up with Asuka and let Asuka help Julia become Julia of how she was on the Indies and Stardom. This Julia in WWE is, I don't know what this version of Julia is. It's not the same version of Julia before. That's how I would do it. But in WWE terms, I think Io Sky is going to win. I'm going with Io Sky. Danhausen and mystery partner against Miz and Kit Wilson. I can speak to my partner by saying this. He probably hopes that Danhausen and the partner beats the brakes off of Kit Wilson for the whole match. The winner of that match, it's easy. It's you don't gotta speculate, or you don't gotta go into much detail. The winner of that is Danhausen and mystery partner. Who is Danhausen's mystery partner going to be? I want it to be CM Punk. That might be a little beneath him, but I don't think it's beneath him because Danhausen and CM Punk, Pepsi Phil, the Cola Man, is good friends with Danhausen outside of the ring. I've heard Mr. Iguana. Mr. Iguana would be very cool. I'd like that. Both guys would feed off each other completely. As much as I do want to go with Mr. Iguana, I'm going to go with CM Punk. CM Punk and Danhausen for the win. Not much about that. Now we got the main event, Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu. They're not gonna change anything with this. Your winner of the match is going to be Roman Reigns. That's my prediction for that. If they want to shock everybody, you can put the belt on Jacob Fatu. That would really shake things up. But they don't like to shake things up, and Triple H likes to play everything very, very safe. A lot of people call him safe Triple H. Sesame Street smart Triple H. And I kind of got to agree with that. You kind of got to think outside the box there a little bit, Mr. Levesque. But I don't have faith in him to do that. So Roman Reigns is going to retain. Is the Usos going to get involved? Because 2 times on Raw so far, Jacob Fatu has put Roman Reigns in the chokehold. And the Usos were not out there at all to help Roman. Are the Usos going to help Roman? They might. Or some people are saying that the Usos can turn on Roman Reigns. It would be different. The Usos turning on Roman Reigns and then let the Usos team with Jacob Fatu. That would be very different. I don't see that though. They're not going to turn on Roman. They might interfere and just help Roman against Jacob Fatu. Or after the match, I could see them after the match they get involved where Roman Reigns wins. Maybe he wins with a Superman punch and he just kind of wins like that, and Fatu is he's just outraged and he's just a raving animal, and he puts the choke back on Roman, and Usos come out and he just makes waste to the Usos and everything. Fatu does. I could see that, and kind of Fatu has to get a tag team partner now and go against Usos. I'd like to see that. Some people say Zilla Fatu is going to come out and help Fatu. I don't see Zilla Fatu. He's not under contract. WWE won't get their hands on him until end of 2027, beginning of 2028. Not anytime soon. Zilla Fatu, he's destroying it in MLW and House of Glory. He's very popular in House of Glory and the Indies, so I don't see him showing up Saturday. Speaking of Roman Reigns, we can get into this topic too. There was reports saying before that his schedule was changed. His dates are being pushed around. That he's going to be full time until the summer. So a lot of fans they were getting their smiles back, and they were getting their jollies off that and everything. We're getting a Roman Reigns all through the summer. Not going to be no more part-time. He's going to squash that part-time. I was the first one to call it then, as soon as he won the belt at Mania when he did the press conference. And I'm still the first one calling now. He's not back to full time. He's still a part time champion. He's a part time performer. He's set for limited dates. If they want him for more dates, they will have to pay him more, and they are not going to pay him more. He is set through the summer. We had him dates leading up to WrestleMania. After, we had him in April. We had him in May. We have him the rest through May. He is on the Monday Night Raw after Backlash and the rest of the Mondays. And he's going to be at Crown Jewel and Clash in Italy, I believe, and SummerSlam. But a lot of fans misinterpret the summer. He's from April until July. He has no dates in June. A lot of fans they're like, oh, see, it's not full time. What did you guys and girls expect anything different from this man? No. It's even if he's working June or not working June. Come SummerSlam, he's done for a while. He's dropping the belt. It doesn't matter who he's dropping the belt to. He's done. He's taking time off. We won't see him back to maybe Survivor Series. What are we going to have? Another Bloodline War Games against somebody else? Wonderful. That's exactly what we need. Another Bloodline and War Games. We've only had it for 4 or 5 years in a row. No, Roman Reigns, he's part-time. We're going to have him through the summer until SummerSlam, and that's it with him. Some people say that he got pulled. It was a typo. It's originally he was scheduled or he wasn't scheduled. You can believe what you want to believe. Was he originally scheduled? I don't think he was originally scheduled. And then they added the dates, and then they subtracted them. It is what it is. We're getting him part-time till SummerSlam. That's it. He'll show up on Raws, do what he has to. Then once SummerSlam, he's dropping the belt, and then that's it. SummerSlam, we're still 3 months out, close to 4 months out with that. We still got plenty of time for that down the road. So see what's going to happen with that. It's pretty much, I don't know. I just hope Backlash is good. They kind of need a rebound of night one of WrestleMania, but I don't know. May's going to be a stacked card with everything between all the wrestling in general, between WWE and AEW. We got Backlash. That's going to be this Saturday. We're going to be live with that, giving our reactions, watch along for that. And then we have, I believe, 2 weeks later after that, and we're going to have Saturday night's main event on the 23rd. And then the 24th, we're going to have AEW Double or Nothing. I'm looking forward to Double or Nothing because each year that is a very good pay-per-view. We will be live for that too. And then the Saturday right after that is Clash in Italy. Clash in Italy might be good. See how many matches I get. I hope we can get 5. That would be very nice. If it was 4 for a while, but Mr. Levesque was... I couldn't believe he couldn't count past 5, but we're getting 5 matches Saturday, so in a way I'm kind of shocked he learned how to count to 5. Maybe Clash in Italy, or definitely for SummerSlam, we'll probably have 6 matches each. Will he ever learn how to count past 5 to 6? Maybe one day. I don't think it's going to be this year, though. I think we're set on a 5-match card. I think we're going to get John Cena on every pay-per-view now to make an announcement of attendance or groundbreaking or something. The next season of Unreals or something corny or whatever. I don't know. But it's always good to see John Cena. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I hope for at least Clash in Italy or Saturday Night's main event. We got a couple more female matches. Liv Morgan, women's champion, not defending the belt. Rhea Ripley, not defending the belt. WWE Women's Champion, United States Champion. Tiffany Stratton, not defending the belt. Becky Lynch, not defending the belt. They have all these women's championships, especially the lower cards, and they're doing absolutely nothing with them. I hope for Clash of Italy, they do Becky Lynch versus Sol Ruka. They're building a feud to that. I can see that. And if they do that, that would be a proper feud, and Sol Ruka would need to win that Intercontinental Champion. She deserves it. She needs to win it. That's who the belt is tailor made for. I would love for her to see that, get a nice run out of that, and then maybe sometime next year start building her up for either the WWE Women's Champion or the Women's World Heavyweight Champion. No Stephanie Valkyrie for a while. She's injured. She'll be taking some time off. Reports are saying that she will be out between 4 to 6 weeks, so that's fine. It's good in one way, bad for the other, because that does leave Liv Morgan any people to feud with. I don't know who her next feud is going to be on the Raw roster. I mean, they're planting the seeds, and every week they're kind of doing it like a step closer to the Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez. On Raw, Roxanne Perez, she didn't tell Liv Morgan that Finn Balor was in the Judgment Day clubhouse, and Liv Morgan was very upset about that. And she's like, I had to watch Netflix to see that Finn was here, and you didn't tell me. Why didn't you tell me? And Roxanne was pleading giving her the puppy dog eyes, and I'm sorry, it won't happen again. And Liv's like, you promise not to keep secrets from me? And Roxanne's like, I promise I won't keep secrets from you. But in her head's like, bitch, I'm taking that world title rather sooner than you actually know it. That's exactly what they're setting up for. It's Roxanne is just stringing Liv Morgan out. That's all. I can't wait until Roxanne Perez takes that belt off of Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan's a great champion, but it's time to disperse the Judgment Day once and for all. I'm sick to death of the Judgment Day. It's a shell of itself what it used to be when it had Rhea Ripley, Finn Balor, Damian Priest. It used to mean something. Now it means I don't know what it means. Again, they're gonna set up a tag team match between Roxanne and Raquel against Paige and Brie Bella. Brie Bella and Paige, they'll retain the belt. They'll probably do a match sometime on Raw. Maybe I could see them doing a Saturday Night's main event. And with that, Paige and Brie Bella ain't going to be the women's tag team champions for a long, long time. They will lose the belts. Who would they lose the belts to? I don't know. I don't know. If it was me, I would have them lose the belts to Fatal Influence. That's who I would have them lose the belts to. But I don't know who. I know what's going to happen when they do lose the belts. I know exactly where that's going. That's an easy prediction, and it's gonna 100% completely gonna happen. They're either going to lose the belts, and Nikki Bella is going to be out there still injured with the walking boot, say. And then when they lose the belts, Paige. She's gonna, I'm sorry, and everything. She's gonna hug Brie. Then once Paige has her back turned, that's where Nikki's gonna come in and attack her if she's still gonna have the crutch or just blindside her from the back. And then Brie's gonna turn on Paige too. And then they're gonna put the boots to Paige and just lay her out. And then, oh no, what's gonna happen with Paige? Paige needs a tag team partner. I wonder who Paige is gonna call. One of her friends. Hey AJ Lee, I need a partner. Can you come help me beat up these Bellas? Absolutely. There you go. The Bellas versus Paige and AJ Lee at SummerSlam. Book it now. Clip this. Come back and tell me when I'm right about this. That's exactly what's going to happen at SummerSlam. They want a big match at SummerSlam. That's what it's going to be. We're not going to see AJ Lee for a while. She's taking time off. Creative, they have nothing for her. I'm not surprised by that at all. And a lot of people thought that when she came back, oh, she's going to be full time. I'm like, yeah, you better check her contract. You better look at her contract very closely. She was never going to be full time. She was always going to be part time. Come in here and there, and that's it. By her winning the belt, even though she's part time, I'm completely fine with it because it's not like she has the women's world title or the women's intercontinental title, and then she's taking it home and she's not showing up for another 2 months or whatever. She won it at Elimination Chamber. She was on a couple of Raws and everything. I believe she was on every Raw. She might be missed one or two, but she was on pretty much consistently. And then WrestleMania, I knew she was going to lose at WrestleMania because she took time off. And then that's how you do a part-time champion. Have him be there for a month or two, lose it, and then boom, they could take time off. So that's the thing with AJ Lee. On Raw, some people were clamoring that they had the beginning of Raw, they had Roman Reigns in gorilla position backstage, and then Rollins was there, so both of them were looking eye to eye at each other. Some people think that's going to be the SummerSlam main event. Would I want to see it? It would be fine. Am I clamoring for it? No, I don't want to see that. You got to let more time go by. Is it going to happen eventually? Yes. I don't want to see that for a title. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns does not have to be for the world title or the WWE title. They could tell the story of, I mean, the history's there. It's not like these two have no history together. They can go back as far as they want as long as their time in the Shield. It's Roman Reigns has never beat Seth Rollins ever. Seth Rollins holds all the victories over Roman. They could play that story up perfectly. They're going to be doing they're going to be starting King of the Ring soon, probably end of May, maybe middle of June. And then at I think Night of Champions last year, they had the winner of the King of the Ring, so they might have to be starting that by. They can start that the end of May. Well, in their case, they'll start it 3 weeks before Night of Champions, and they'll have a bunch of random Joe Schmoes in there. Nobody, not like how King of the Ring used to meant back in the day. But it's the winner of King of the Ring should be Obafemi, and that's who should be challenging Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. It's way too early for that, but it's kind of obvious where they're going and where I hope they're going with that. But yeah, that's it. That's episode 1. Kind of wanted to get on here, give a little news, give a little results of Raw, SmackDown, and AEW, and my predictions for Backlash. I'm going to do another short Backlash predictions on TikTok and YouTube short, so keep an eye out for that. Each week might be probably about 75%. It's going to be the same with the results of all the shows and everything, and wrestling news and anything else wrestling related I want to talk about. Pretty soon, not yet though. I don't know if I'm probably going to do it monthly, but I don't know if I'm going to start it in May or June. I'm probably going to figure out one day of the week. I'm going to watch a old wrestling match, either from ECW, WCW, WWE, or anything like that. I could have a couple of my partners on here. We could do a live reaction of the match and to watch along with that and everything. Give our reactions to that and everything. That's another thing I'm probably going to start doing. Maybe June, maybe end of July. Gotta talk to them and see what they think of that. We're working on a couple other things and everything. I want to thank everybody who tuned in for this, watched me from start to finish, or just a couple minutes, or even a couple seconds. I thank you very much. I thank you everybody who is following us. And if you're not following us, please subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Kick, Twitch, and X. Thank you. We love our followers. We are one subscriber and one follower away at a time. Thank you, everybody, and have a good night.